but we're going to get into it right now, Flambo. Let's go, baby.
Okay, man, we're starting it off with winners finals here at the mid-season championships. Looks like Ahmet's gonna be the one to get the first set of weapons. Has those gauntlets, BalloonBoy equipped with his signature blasters on the Diana, ready to make history.
See the movement already from BalloonBoy, trying to work those aerials, just sliding those down airs in, retreating off stage a little bit, trying to stay out of the way of those gauntlets. There we go, gonna poke away again with another Sarah, but Ahmet gonna try going, what? The recovery's gonna connect already. Sweat beads are out, but Ahmet's able to come back down the stage. It was not enough to knock out yet. Just now in a light orange, BalloonBoy being very careful at center stage. We're playing some footsies in neutral, Flambo.
Yeah, doing a great job here. Disarms Ahmet with that side air. He's gonna go ahead, dash, and pick up that orb. This orb has been terrorizing everyone has come up against all day, using the active frames of that end light to push BalloonBoy into the corner. He's looking for that final D-light to get the stock, but Ahmet's making it so difficult and almost gets the stock himself with that recovery.
They called out that spot really, really well and got some good punish off of it. BalloonBoy fighting back unarmed though, has the bow in hand. Okay, the neutral light's gonna connect. Who is gonna be the first to strike in game number one? It's not gonna be Ahmet yet, but he can get the pressure over on the right side. BalloonBoy does not make a backup recovery. We'll finish it off, and BalloonBoy is the first to fall to second stock.
Okay, but not trailing behind by too much here. He's gonna be looking for that weapon. Maybe even get an unarmed D-light. Nope, gets the unarmed side air, has the blasters in hand. Again, the side air pushes Ahmet into the corner, takes that first stock, and we're right back to even yet again, Sloma.
Right back where we started, Flambo, for sure, except Ahmet does not have a weapon, able to get the gauntlets dropped right there for him. BalloonBoy some more damage in the air, coming back down with the floating dare, but couldn't get the second one. That one's gonna connect. Is he gonna get some more? A little extra credit? No, Ahmet's gonna stay out of the way of the neutral light, get a three-piece of his own, take him all the way up to the top.
Okay, BalloonBoy trying to get something started here. Good little side air, but needs to rack on more damage. Ahmet is slowly pulling ahead here. We need another sequence from BalloonBoy to make this feel a little bit closer. Ahmet in that D-light recovery range now, going to be fishing for that final blow. Nice retaliation from BalloonBoy. Picks up the blasters yet again. Good damage with the D-lights there as well, but that should be a punish. No, Ahmet too slow to pull the trigger.
Well, Ahmet's doing a very good job calling out these side lights from BalloonBoy, being able to just hover behind him, get the hesitation, and punish him very easily. But the down light into recovery, not quite enough to get the top of Small Worlds in.
All right, now basically one hit for either of these players to go ahead and convert. BalloonBoy goes for a read with the side light into the end sig, but it's not going to connect. Has to make it back to the stage. Off the wall, has to fade away. The weapon throw pushes BalloonBoy even further, but the exhausted recovery gives him the horizontal momentum he needs, and he turns it around with the recovery of his own and takes the penultimate stock off of Ahmet here in game one.
It is absolutely crazy to me how BalloonBoy is just always able to find a way back. Oh no! Come back, the recovery's gonna go ahead and connect. Gonna continue the lead here. He's pulling away as he continues to get some more damage on Ahmet's last stock. Coming back with it, trying to catch some sort of lane. And I thought I'd see the Nair come out, but the Sarah is gonna go ahead and get rid of that second stock of BalloonBoy. We're all tied up on stock count.
Okay, and Ahmet's actually going to elect to go for the gauntlets here, going into the final stock of BalloonBoy. BalloonBoy does manage to pick up some blasters, but not without taking a good chunk of damage. Trying to hit Ahmet. Ahmet has him in the corner. The gauntlet's best spot. Going for the edge guard. Goes for a double ground pound. The turnaround for BalloonBoy with a weapon throw. Keeps him alive, but for how much longer as Ahmet is trying to build this momentum? BalloonBoy finding these little windows to counter poke, and it's working. We're keeping the damage relatively even here.
He is. Ooh, let it go with that side sig. Not a big punish though from Ahmet though, sending him up in the air. Ahmet couldn't catch a landing. There it is, baby. That's gonna be enough. The bottom 45 secures it, and BalloonBoy goes up 1-0.
BalloonBoy has been so pinpoint with those down sigs today. We've seen across the top 8 has been able to close out multiple games with a well-timed Diana down sig right over the lip of the stage, always spaced perfectly enough that never leads to a ground bounce either, sends them straight to the blast zone and gives them the W.
Man, BalloonBoy better be careful coming into game number 2 though, because if you look at the stat line, Ahmet did outwork him. 541 damage off the Petra, 509 off the Diana.
That's true, but you gotta work smart, not hard.
That's right, that's right. See if he's gonna be able to continue that on, or if Ahmet has got some rebuttal here and gonna try and tie us up into game number 3. We're going right back to Small Worlds in, same legends, same battlefield.
Yeah, I can't blame the viewer vote. I mean, we were looking at this saying, we don't really know who's going to come out on top, and for good reason. We saw how close that first game was, but now it's up to Ahmet to put a little bit of retaliation on the board. There was a moment there toward the end of that first game where it felt like BalloonBoy was kind of pulling away a little bit. We're going to see if that same thing happens here, but once again, the damage is even. BalloonBoy tacking on so much pressure. I can never compliment enough how pinpoint he is with these blasters. It's a very hard weapon to use. You can't miss often.
No, blasters, I mean, me personally, it's very hard to be consistent on. See if he's going to be able to come off the side of the stage. Going to put the pressure, just lay down the D-Light. Ahmet runs right through it, catches him with a neutral light of his own, disarms BalloonBoy. Thought he was going to let the ground pound go, but he decided to be a little safe. Ooh, winded up the neutral sig, and that's going to hit BalloonBoy right in the chin and take him up off the top.
Yeah, it's one of those moves that you can never always be ready for. It's so fast, so potent. BalloonBoy trying to get the equalizer, maybe trying to force the issue a little bit too hard, but we're going to see how much extra credit Ahmet can build. Goes above, doesn't have the resources, gets forced out of a dodge a little bit earlier than I think he wanted to, and that stopped him from being able to recover. So good job from BalloonBoy to go ahead and throw that one out.
Absolutely, keeping things nice and even. Ahmet looking for the opener. Got one single side light with a nair. Oh no, finish it up, wait a second. BalloonBoy lets the weapon drop, come back down the stage. Couldn't catch a side light. Ahmet's doing so good staying out of the hitbox with those and punishing them almost every single time. Again, peeling him off the side of the stage. Recovery from BalloonBoy. He needs to get some damage on the second stock of Ahmet.
Yeah, it's looking real rough for BalloonBoy right now. Ahmet going down there with the recovery, and then that end light's gonna seal the deal, looking way more confident in this second game. BalloonBoy hasn't really been able to hit his stride.
No, we haven't seen a whole lot out of the Triple B in this game number 2. Met's kind of been running the show here. BalloonBoy, though, finally we're seeing some life out of those blasters, but as soon as I stay, Ahmet is right back, just throwing hands with those gauntlets. There we go. D-Light into recovery, not enough to confirm off the top of Small World's end. BalloonBoy still fighting to secure the second stop.
Looking for something there, was hoping to get a cheeky side tick to bring things back, but it's not working out. BalloonBoy is getting tossed around the stage. More end lights from Ahmet. This is looking harder and harder to come back from. Already in the red, Ahmet looking for that final blow, tries to get the D-Light to convert to the end-sig, but it's not going to work, and BalloonBoy takes the little runway he gets to try to convert into something, but still has this and another stock to get through slow-mo.
I mean, we've seen him do some crazy stuff over the past couple of years. With this one's rough. He's going to have to play a perfect stock against this Petra. And so far, that is already not perfect, Flambeau.
Hey, it's all right, man. You are playing Diana. You get one good little setup. Down sig, side sig, end sig. Pick one, and it might be all you need. That's a great start. Tries to go for the Hail Mary. Does not work. Ahmet keeps it simple. Pummels BalloonBoy yet again. And then goes ahead and ties up the set 1-1. This has been an incredibly close fight so far.
Yeah, the damage numbers again. Ahmet coming out about 125 more damage output than BalloonBoy in that game number 2. Balloon only had 227 off the blasters, found 160 off the bow. Just could not really get any offense going, especially early in the game. He was starting to get a little success there when he was on his final stock, but by then it is too little too late. You just got to go next.
We're going to see we have been sticking with the same stage the entire time. Back to Small World's End. They're keeping it up close and personal. Great start for BalloonBoy as well, getting a little bit of a read, a little bit of extra damage there to boot. But Ahmet has been doing such a good job of finding these openings, coming in with those dash-up end lights, and then really tacking on some extra bits of damage.
We're having a fantastic stock here for BalloonBoy, just playing patient, getting his little 1-2s in, coming down with another dare, but Ahmet trying to let those dares fly off the gauntlet, staying out of the way of the downlight, catches the nair. Wait a second, sidelight connects as well. BalloonBoy retreats off the side of the stage, and Matt misses the stair. Oh no, the nair grabs the BalloonBoy at the very bottom, but now he's in the position he can punish the Matt, and he does, and he converts the stock Flambeau.
I don't know what happened over there. It looked like he had the right idea, then he got a little bit too low, and BalloonBoy saw the opportunity, and carpe diem, right? He seized the day and made sure he got that stock, and now at this point, we have a bit of a lead for BalloonBoy, and he's running away with it. Already has Ahmet in the yellow, and you know the bow is a great weapon for racking up damage, but Ahmet not trying to let that happen for too much longer, pushes BalloonBoy into the corner, looking for that final blow. That's going to be a punish, but it's not going to be the stock. Great fastball from BalloonBoy to get under the weapon throw, but yet again that dash up end light has been such a strong boon in the corner of Ahmet.
Ahmet's so impressed with the way he's able just to keep this close. I mean, BalloonBoy came out so explosive at the beginning of this game, and Ahmet just makes it look like there wasn't even any elite there. Okay, another side light's gonna go ahead and connect. Reaches up with the nair, but BalloonBoy's there for it that time. D-Light in recovery, tried to go ahead and pepper it off with a gravity cancel neutral sig, but nobody was home.
Yeah, just no one at the door, but I mean, honestly, good for Ahmet, because I think he needs to kind of slow down BalloonBoy a bit here. And he's doing a decent job so far of trying to equalize some of the damage, but at this point, BalloonBoy one good conversion away from getting the stock, tries to go for a gravity cancel down sig, and Ahmet almost makes him pay for it with his stock there. Uh-oh.
That's very brave, going down low underneath those blasters.
Whoa. Okay, cheeky option from BalloonBoy there, but seems to work out in the grand scheme of things. Now we're basically tied up, so I think Ahmet actually did everything that he needed to do this stock. Even if he loses it now, you know, one conversion, we'll be right back at it.
Yeah, no matter who is able to confirm here, the extra credit is going to be very, very important. BalloonBoy getting a little ambitious over there off the right side. Doesn't seem to have any success from it. Ahmet has a power play here as he does have gauntlets in hand. BalloonBoy, though, strapped back up with the blasters, trying to make something happen here in the center stage. Sarah will get it done, and that puts Ahmet on his final stock of game number 3.
Let's see how long BalloonBoy can hang on to this one, though. Ahmet dashing in, tries to get the unarmed D-Light, gets in air instead. Looking for one side light to close it out. Wow, again, BalloonBoy with the ground pound. The cheeky option, Ahmet not ready for it, bouncing on top of his head, but he still needs that final blow, and End-Light will probably be the name of the game again. I feel like Ahmet's gotten most of his KOs from that dash of End-Light. You can see the way he's kind of fishing below BalloonBoy. Wow, falls into that End-Light. BalloonBoy trying to space him out, but the side light could come as well. He's gonna probably have to go for a gravity cancel D-Light. That's what I'm guessing here.
It's definitely trying to fish out something here.
Ooh, that works too.
Yeah, that's going to go ahead and send all the way down to that bottom 45. And now we were all tied up. There's only about a 35-40 damage differential here between BalloonBoy and Ahmet. So it is going to come down to these last couple interactions on the final stock. And this is all to have the advantage to going into game number 4.
Yeah. Let's see, BalloonBoy holding the corner here, a lot of pressure, and we have to remember this is final stock Diana. Those SIGs are particularly potent right now. There it is. He shows his hand a little bit too early. Ahmet could sniff it and manages to wade his way around it. But now BalloonBoy still putting on this pressure. I mean, at this point, the damage deficit is starting to be felt as Ahmet is in the red. BalloonBoy is going to be fishing for the final blow.
Yeah, but Ahmet is piloting Petra. She hits like an absolute freight train as he's trying to make his way back up. Wait, the dare might be enough. Pushes him all the way down. Ahmet does find a trail to get back up on the small world 10. BalloonBoy laying down the ground to cancel D-Light. Uh-oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Ahmet, are we going to see the ground pound? We do! Hit him again. BalloonBoy.
Perfect coverage from Ahmet there. BalloonBoy trying to get tricky with the recovery. He goes for the weapon throw instead of the blaster's recovery to try to mix up the timing and also have less end lag, but it doesn't matter. Ahmet is forever patient and manages to hold his poise and secure that game number 3.
Yeah, being able to have the strength from that Petra, and I mean, gauntlets and orb, I mean, you cannot go wrong. The back-to-back ground pound, was able to go around the weapon throw from BalloonBoy, played it absolutely perfectly. Ahmet, like I said, playing out of his mind this weekend. See if he can close it out and send BalloonBoy packing down to the elimination side.
Yeah, set point for Ahmet here, wants to be in the grand finals, guaranteed top 2. BalloonBoy obviously wanting it as well, but he's gonna have to work a little bit harder for it now because look at the way that Ahmet's starting things off here, putting a lot of pressure with these gauntlets off stage. BalloonBoy doesn't want to be there, immediately gets back onto the stage and picks up a pair of blasters. And hold on the ground pound, he stuffs out the recovery, and that's a very strong lead for BalloonBoy in game 4.
I mean, we've seen this before though, Flambeau. Every time BalloonBoy has got a big lead like that, Ahmet is able to bring it right back to keep things close. So we're gonna have to see what BalloonBoy is gonna be able to do on this extra credit situation. Sidelight Sayer, that's some big damage. He gets that first stock right there. Catches a Nair into Sayer, looking for another one. Ahmet needs to get back up on stage, but BalloonBoy laying down the coverage, able to sneak on through to catch them with the D-Light. There we go, neutral light. Oh, the down air just barely missing.
Okay, and here comes BalloonBoy trying to shark kind of inside of Ahmet to see if he can maybe set up for those grab cancel D-Lights, but it's not going to work as Ahmet finds the stock right there with the recovery. And considering how kind of early BalloonBoy was able to get the first stock off Ahmet did not take a whole lot of damage.
No, that's what I'm saying. We've seen this time and time again, and here it is. That whole stock, that lead is completely gone. We got everything tied back up. BalloonBoy starting, wait a second, he's starting to go ahead and chew away at this one on the second stock of Ahmet. Nice down air from Ahmet to go ahead and get a little more damage onto the second stock, but BalloonBoy definitely pulling away on this one.
Okay, and the pummeling from these down airs going over and over and over again. BalloonBoy having a bit of a tough time trying to find an opening here on an Ahmet as well. It's hard to be pinpoint with these blasters for long sets like these, but he's trying, looking for maybe a downlight. Does it the wrong way. Huge opportunity for Ahmet to get a punish. 4 hits unanswered now as BalloonBoy is slowly but surely starting to crumble a little bit, I feel, in this game 4.
It is. He's starting to feel these gauntlets for sure. Ahmet has been just juggling him up in the air with these powerful Petra attacks, trying to lay down the neutral light, but BalloonBoy shut that one down with the syrup. Staying out of the way of the neutral sig that time. That would have hurt. That would have been the stop.
Oh! Okay,
there we go. We'll take that.
I don't know how we found the turnaround there. That was an extremely scary situation. Got the perfect timing on the dodge and was in the perfect spacing to get the side air to retaliate as well. So yet again, a lead for BalloonBoy, but as you've been mentioning, Slow-Mo, he's been having such a tough time, but that's a huge chunk of damage that just happened to Ahmet right there. Gotta be feeling much better for BalloonBoy. Look at that. That's like 7 unanswered hits. The side air goes for the NC to close it out. It doesn't connect, but he still has the momentum. Ahmet not getting a chance to play the game right now, finally finding a hit, but is it too late?
I don't know. I mean, Ahmet, if he buckles down and plays perfect, that's a good start right there. That's a good start right there for Ahmet as he juggles. Is he going to stay on the
He's going to keep those gauntlets,
yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Just get him off stage one time. That's all it takes for Ahmet. Get him off stage one time. BalloonBoy, don't let it happen.
Get him off stage, get one dodge read, and it could be over. BalloonBoy playing very smart, staying right smack dab in the middle.
Ooh!
Get
away from there, BalloonBoy!
No, he immediately retreats back. Very smart play from BalloonBoy. Sidelight is going to connect from Ahmet. BalloonBoy tried to punish him. It could not catch it with his. There we go. Sarah connects. Soft back over the blasters. Sarah, fade away, and tied up. Say it with me, Flambeau. We're going to game 5.
Bro. We're going to game number 5 in winners finals here. These two competitors are pushing each other to the absolute brink. I was scared there for BalloonBoy for a second there, man. Ahmet pushed him off stage, and I was like, all it takes is one ground pound, one neutral air on a recovery, and that's your stock. But BalloonBoy was able to stand resolute. Look at Bread Mafia popping off, man. This is going to be a crazy game 5.
No, it is. And you really think about all the game 5s you've had. I don't got time to break it down. We're just going to get into the next game. We'll yap about it later. All right, Ahmet's going to go ahead and get the orb. Starting in center stage, BalloonBoy right on the blasters. This is what they both wanted. Nice. Right to work with the recovery. Try to get a little nair at the end, but the ground pound will work.
Okay, now let's see. Ahmet once again pushing BalloonBoy into the corner. We played the entire set on this one stage right here, and we're going to see if maybe they end up regretting that choice a little bit, but so far, I mean, they've both been able to win. They've been able to push to game 5. The neutral set from BalloonBoy, a crosshair, and then the recovery to close out the first stock. Look how healthy BalloonBoy stock is here.
Absolutely, and I hate to say it again, but we have seen this before, Flambeau. We have got to, he's got to be calm.
This man.
He's got to be calm.
He got full fiber. He's eating his vegetables. He's looking healthy, man. I think BalloonBoy's in a real good spot. Ahmet, you got to turn it up, man.
Drank his whole cup of milk, huh?
Oh, he's blasting him. He's got infinite bullets, man. He is not afraid to just pull that trigger on them blasters.
He's just now an orange on his opening stock. Ahmet got caught with the dare. This could be huge. Oh, so smart.
BalloonBoy!
10,000 IQ, waiting for him to come back up, not taking the obvious knockout option, taking the smart knockout option.
Oh, he is running away with this. Ahmet, do you have an answer for this? Because BalloonBoy looks like he's pretty poised to go ahead and have a potential shot at the throne here. Ahmet trying to slow things down, still has a fairly healthy final stock, but he has to burn through all 3 of BalloonBoy. And BalloonBoy almost gets a cheeky turnaround. Imagine if that knocked out Slow.
Oh, man. Imagine. There we go. Finally, 7-1. Finally, we get the rebuttal from Ahmet there to finally send BalloonBoy on to his second stock. But it's looking real good for the Triple B right now.
Yeah, I mean, look at this momentum he has going on here. Probably going to represent a SIG fairly soon. Throws the weapon straight up, picks it up. Ahmet able to combo off of the chase. If he got that sidelight, would have been able to get a cheeky exhaustive recovery afterward, I'm sure, and that would have been the stock, but not going to work out for Ahmet. Doesn't have to find another opportunity. This edge guard looks like it might be it. No dodge on BalloonBoy for a while, and Ahmet closes out the edge guard. We're going to final stocks game 5.
Man, Ahmet playing absolutely out of his mind. He was down 1 stock to 3. He's got the stock count, but he's got the stock count tied back up. You better figure it out. Fight back, Triple B.
Tries to go for the recovery to close it out cheekily. It's not going to work. Ahmet turned up, but that should be the game. The delay recovery, and BalloonBoy has blasted his ticket into the grand finals.
It is
guaranteed top 2.
It's so important, Flambeau. All of these best-of-5 sets, so much energy has to be spent. The fact that he was able to get that winner side spot, and now he can relax instead of having to go right back down to elimination side and fight his way back up. That is a huge, huge advantage he just got himself for grand finals.
Yeah, no, BalloonBoy, truthfully, gonna need it. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where you always want to be on the winner's side of grand finals.